You must exercise your right to cross-examine these witnesses. Cross-examine? Do it now.
As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice.
Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial.
Yes, do it! He raises his hand. He's such a dweeb.
What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst?
I mean, the defense demands its right to a cross-examination.
Dear me. Let me guess. The Hachibuki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic.
Huh? How did he know?
And the prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously have no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
Objection!
The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant.
Gulp.
Kazuma is so commanding.
Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses.
Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Rinosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means what that soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but... It's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right. Evidence. Tuggsnor, thanks for the follow. Tuggsnor. I am so curious as to the origin of that username. Tuggsnor. You sound like a Pokemon. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now let's go, Rinosuke. Don't let them beat you. Oh, that was just like a wet slap on the table. Bang! Alright then, it's all or nothing. There's so much character in this game already. Cross-examination, here we go. Alright, now I saw the... I saw the contradiction, but I think I want to press first to... I want to press, so I like getting the extra dialogues. So.
Yes!
The beefsteak thing.
Why? Why aren't you saying anything? Is this some new interrogation technique?
I hadn't actually thought of what I wanted to ask. Just ask about anything that catches your attention. Anything that bothers you. Alright then, this beef steak you mentioned, what kind of food is that?
Attention!
Ah!
Beef steak is a delicious cut of veal, vigorously cooked on a cast iron grill and served piping hot.
Oh.
If food could receive medals of honor, beef steak would be almost as highly decorated as a cutlet.
I used the name randomizer for it, it turns out it means chewing snot in Swedish. Oh! Well, learn something new every day. What a... You didn't think of, like, re-randomizing? Gross. Well, I mean, I got this username that's like this really gross thing in a different language. I'm bound to keep it. Right, I see. Thank you, sir. So, next question. That's fair enough. This cutlet you mentioned, what kind of food is that? I need too many food questions.
Attention!
Ah!
Cutlet is a delicious bleh. Delicious! Cut of veal tossed in breadcrumbs and deep fried in cooking oil. Accept your guilty verdict, atone from your crimes, and when you're released from prison, try it!
Yes, sir! I will, sir! On the double, sir! Sorry to interrupt, but how about trying to stick to questions that are relevant to the case? Oops, sorry. I'll do my best. So, next question. Yep. Is it just me, or do you keep hearing a sort of wah crying noise?
Negative!
Well, at least we've learned that he's a big beef lover. Well, at least we've learned he's a big beef lover. Affirmative. It's not easy knowing what questions to ask. Oh. The hell is that? Are there... Are there achievements in this game? Huh. Oh, there we go.
Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine gold curio to the military gentleman.
Yes!
I have no idea what you're talking about!
A koban, boy.
A koban? You mean an old Edo coin?
The day prior to the incident, a treasure of exceptional value from the Hoei period entered my possession. I took myself to the restaurant the following day with said items secreted in my bosom pocket. In the hope of an affluent...
Jesus Christ.
In the hope of an affluent cognizant appraise...
Of its indisputable value being present. Thank you very much. So, you're hoping to sell your Koban coin to Sergeant Nosa, whom you met at the restaurant?
Yes, it's quite clear where you're going with this, boy. You were about to assert that a penniless soldier would have no hope of purchasing a precious koban. Isn't that so?
Well...
You little upstart cadet! You want to add disrespecting a superior officer to your list of crimes, do you? Blatant subordination!
No, I didn't say anything. Although penniless might be just the word I was looking for.
In any case, the hour was already advanced beyond that of the midday luncheon. There remained precious few present with whom I could engage in discourse about matters of business. The gentleman aside me who was grappling with his praised veal at the time was my sole prospect.
I see.
At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes.
Yes!
So, you're saying that you actually saw me at that time?
Affirmative! I saw you! Laughing, cackling like a madman as you trained the battle of your gun on the English civilian.
But that's impossible! I only... Allow me to confirm just one point, please.
What's that, pirate?
Thinking carefully about the statement you just made, it seems to me that it must have been just after you heard the gunshot that you looked over to the victim's table.
And so what if it was?
Well, if that really is the case, it would mean that you didn't in fact see the precise moment when the killer actually fired the gun.
And double
Drat and double drat and should have known that!
My sixth sense!
Sorry?
My sixth sense of danger! I picked up the waves of murderous energy radiating from your foul mind! Which means... a split second before you pull the trigger, I was looking right at you, cadet!
I finally got his voice proper. Sure, that's not really possible. Is it?
Do you think I'd have got to where I am today in the army if I could have said danger in the air, son?
Well... a couple of hours left till it's available to download in the US. Yeah, one of the advantages of living in Australia on this side of the international date line, you get these games like a smidgen earlier. would seem this soldier is absolutely convinced that he saw you do the deed. This is not good. Okay, this is the one.
The black uniform varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back of the cowardly little weasel.
So what? Which piece of evidence? Got to the chest. Okay, well there it is.
First objection.
Yes. That's an objection, you idiot! Don't raise your hand. It's an objection.
Yeah.
Oh. What? What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrust this wad of papers in my moustache!
Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. So that white fish. There's a clear inconsistency here.
What nonsense! What could this document possibly tell us that we don't already know?
Well, obviously, that's, I don't know what to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. Oh yeah, this music is incredible.
I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom.
No, this is so frustrating. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. Couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. This must be Kazuma's theme. Kazuma, what?
What are you talking about? You.
It's apparent from a single glance at the post-mortem report presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement.
What?
Sergeant Ayesa no, sir. I don't know what that pun is.
Yes, sir. What, sir?
The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir.
Yes! But no! That just can't be!
And why not, cadet?
Because... As is clearly stated in the post-mortem report, fatal hemorrhage from pectoral ballistic trauma, no exit wound, bullet did not pass through the body. The photographic print of the victim clearly shows the same thing. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest.
Ah.
Sergeant, according to your witness statements, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? What? How? Oh, he's got a baby! What's the... What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down again. Is a baby in his knapsack?
Certainly. There's a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant No, sir?
Is the baby?
Yes, sir.
Hey, old father! I assume that's David. Thanks for the follow.
At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the final discharge, my eyes were...
Oh, you will, baby!
Firmly fixed on the delicious La Calamar steak, sir!
What?
The last testimony of the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Ayesa no, sir, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all.
That's absurd.
I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Inconsistencies here are awarded. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood. Turnabout! Hey! A complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. He said it!
But I definitely saw him! That university cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back!
Yes!
But I never fired the gun! Not yet. Sure, I was claiming for all the credits right there. Let the game play, Tuggsnor. All I did was pick it up off the floor.
And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either?
Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor.
Good. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing?
Hunting for treasure.
Treasure? Jesus.
Indeed, oh here, Kuban, my prized coin. On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habitual to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Rasupe.
In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you?
On the day under scrutiny, it was to the military man that I proffered my holy treasure. Believed that he would purchase such a rare find, I did not, but I was presented with little alternative.
He's not the Sultan anymore. His voice has changed.
And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was there no more. It simply vanished. The Kuban vanished.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that old man voice. I reckon, will that much water be enough for the rest of the stream? Good God, this is gonna kill me.
Hunting around under the table I was. Hunting around under the table I was. In case it may happen it had fallen there. And then it happened.
You heard the gunshot, you mean?
Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded holy treasure. Nothing could distract me!
Christ. Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end?
No.
I see.
That lamentable day, the precious Harry Coban was lost to me. No doubt some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself.
As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon.
Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive, no matter how subservient to our government feels it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now.
What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back.
Ah!
My witnesses have further testimony to make.
Explain.
Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear
He's gone American.
that there is only one person. There is only one person who could have possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Ugh.
Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegations. Is that clear?
As clear as conical glass, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir.
Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think.
Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up to the right, sir. Name, Ido.
I don't know, sir. It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny.
Ido. Attention! Your father is about... Your father is about to... I love this character. Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy.
Alright, what have we got now?
Even if what I said wasn't the precise moment the fire was discharged. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the fire was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black. That much I myself did see.
Furthermore, a visual search at the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself.
I wonder. Damn it. I was really hoping there'd be a second plate on the other side of the table there, but no. There's a beef cutlet. I wonder if that could actually be the sergeant's food.
Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out.
Okay, I didn't see any contradictions there.
Yes!
The testimonies are compelling.
Wait, that's nonsense. Have a look at the evidence again. Yeah, I don't see any obvious contradictions. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all.
Please, enough of these outbursts already.
But there was a woman. There was a young woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
Objection!
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you'll respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact.
This is a photographic print of the scene of the crime, counsel.
Damn it. So there is only... He's taking a bite of his steak. There's steak stuff on the knife and fork. A single glass, single wine bottle. It's corked. Flowers in a vase. Just trying to take it all in. There could be something here that...
Indeed, of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set.
Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else.
This doesn't make any sense.
The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record.
A bottle of carbonated water. So, no, not alcohol. Never alcohol. And a steak lunch. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him.
It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we've just heard leave no further room for doubt.
These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. Who'll think that I, Takatsuchi Auchi, would have contributed to the amity of these two great empires? This is an honor.
The breeze in this corner focus. Yeah, it's true. Kazuma's just got a little portable fan. He's got it set up right in front of the defendant's table, so it's just that way he gets the hero shot of the bandana. That's true. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it. Tiny fairies moving just out of frame, always out of frame. To draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma.
The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick. Understood.
Rules can be so unbending at times.
Alright. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Yes!
Nah, it ain't. No, it's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that gun.
We have a difference in opinion on that. The opinion of a uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet.
I don't think so.
Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked.
Did you?
Did you see it? Did you see me blink?
How could I?
And yet, it is an undeniable fact that I did blink. So there you have it.
Have what?
Attention! The sound of the firearm rang in my ears, and the very next moment, I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman.
I think that says it all, don't you?
And let us not forget.
And let's not forget that the antique dealer witnessed the accused in this most incriminating position as well. Isn't that so, Korakuta-san? Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black. That much I myself did see.
Yes, it may be true that I was holding the gun at that point of time. But I told you already, that's only because I picked it up off the floor.
Well, obviously, it's the culprit. That's the only way you can explain it away.
I just finished drinking my coffee, and I was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed a gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up. Rookie mistake, dude. Never do that. And I said that, and it exactly that. Oh, Jesus. Exactly that moment. Bang. A gunshot rang in my ears.
Full of events beyond our control, life is.
Sorry? What do you mean?
In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which precipitated this testing predicament. Whereas conversely, I failed to pick up the crowbar from the floor and find myself in an equally testing predicament as well. Anyway, the fact remains, I did see you, with pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner.
Furthermore, official search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Yes!
You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there.
Objection! As you have been at pains to point out time and again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear. Yet no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman.
If only there'd been more people dining there at the time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 PM when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know! Of course the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect.
Certainly. 2 PM is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day, and why he was alone.
Yes, Your Excellency. There indeed was a reason.
There was?
This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
Ah, here, this would be important.
What is that, Counsel?
It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Hotter clinic.
I think it's going to constantly be references and allusions to the main series of games. Man, like 500 years in the past had very similar names and personalities to present day.
Yes, there would appear to be indeed an entry for the date in question. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m.
The very day of the incident.
So the victim went for lunch, late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case.
I wonder. I'm ahead of the game. What do you think, Ryunosuke? Huh? Well, it is hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should I ask for Dr. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted as evidence or not? Yeah, of course.
Yes!
If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Objection!
Whether or not they are of concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues.
I beg your pardon?
You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence.
Very well, the court will grant the defense's request.
Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend.
I say 500 years ago. Very similar to modern day. Very similar to modern day. Attitudes have not changed whatsoever. You can interpret that as sincere sarcasm as much as you want.
Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record.
Alright. You damn. Let's read this fine print. What? No! Yeah, unheard of for Arjulin. I really thought we were going to be able to zoom in and read this damn thing, but... Really? No? What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you.
You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you.
I don't know what that means.
Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witnesses' testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Konakuta-san.